was true skill.
It's all skill, baby. So,
It's like watching two Genjis in a.
That entire thing was just fucking Neil.
Yeah.
Fucking Neo live on Twitch.tv. Anyway, you guys can all meet back up downstairs with your respective heists done. One of them was more successful than the other.
As our kill count was higher. We'll count that as a 0.5.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is an unconscious count as half a kill? Okay, yeah, all right. If they, get a bad concussion, it's at least an assist.
It's at least an assist.
You can meet back up with you have a hare and you have a crab.
We did it, guys.
So did we.
What do you have? That's not the seat or an autograph.
Yeah, well, we just did one better.
Oh.
Didn't we? Didn't we, Gilwin? No problem at all.
As long as that is her hair.
The chair had her name on it.
Okay.
And it
I'm not
smells.
confident.
It smells like I imagine she smells.
I'm glad that you know what she smells like.
I mean, I said imagine.
And we only choked out one innocent person.
I was going to skip that whole bit.
Yeah, well, we deserve it.
The bit where the actress thought we were special visitors.
It did not go well, Riley.
You cried in front of her. He just bawled his eyes out when she said, "Could you leave the room?" And it worked. And then I asked for a hug, and she came in and gave me a hug, and I choked her out.
Well, Indira worked her amazing body off in order to, convince a few people to leave the beetle alone. And I turned it into a crab.
So, gives Indira a look for a moment and says, figures.
There's one
Yes,
distressed-looking crab.
It got us a crab.
Right.
Your figure got us crabs? Whoa. That didn't happen. That did not happen.
So, I get that you got a crab, and that's really good eating.
No, I turned the beetle into the crab. This is the beetle.
Like reverse T-Rex business.
Yeah, remember with the rat that you caught, the fire elemental, and you got the rat and you tied it up? Same thing.
Yeah.
Only this time I turned it into a crab because they're slower moving than rats. I didn't want to try to catch a rat in a busy city. Figured a crab was a better bet.
Fair
Legs
enough.
are wiggling.
But why not a worm?
Because I wanted it to have some type of shell. If I squish a worm and it becomes the beetle again, and it's in my pocket, I just don't want that.
That's fair enough. I didn't think about that when I picked up that rat.
Luckily, you are nimble enough with your fingers to do good work without harming anything.
They're just looks at Gil and smiles slightly. It's like a half smile. What do I say back?
Thank you.
So we just need a place to hide this beetle until we decide to go out on our venture.
Keep him down here.
How long does it last?
8 hours.
Polymorph lasts an hour.
Oh.
Yeah,
it all transforms. I was gonna have it transform while you were holding it, but I decided not to be a master meme lord. Soon.
It's gonna blow. So, we could probably go tomorrow. And seeing as I did choke someone out in her favorite theater, probably best to go before the news reaches her.
I feel like at this point, if she does have security, it's already at the highest it could possibly be. So that's not that much of a issue. But I am down. I mean, hiding this beetle for a long time isn't going to be easy. I don't know if you remember how big they can be, but this thing's huge.
Why wait until tomorrow? Why not go now?
We could go now.
We could go now.
Have you not cast one of your spells? A big one? The one that
I'd cast it again to get this beetle out of the city unknown.
Oh, I suppose that is... Yeah, okay.
I mean, if where we're going is a far enough travel away, I assume it's not just an hour away. We can set up camp and perhaps go find this person tomorrow, but get out of the city today.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's go find Kava then, I guess.
Yeah.
Go to Kava. He is making music with his crystals. And he's like, oh, yes! New ears! Listen to this! I call it a beat! And,
Is it good?
I mean, yeah. He actually does know what he's doing. It's just a different type of music than anything you would have heard.
I danced to it.
He's the first rapper.
It's essentially... Well, no, he's more like a dubstep artist, I guess.
He's a mumble rapper.
He's the inventor of the synthesizer.
Yeah, that's literally it.
I unashamedly love all of the things that we have just listed.
Yeah, well, why not, right? It's like, so I imagine you're here because you don't have a chair for me, so I imagine you have like something smaller than a chair, which really could be very many things. If I shall not list all the things that it could be because it's a long list.
So
I'll start setting up. Clink, 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 clink.
First off, we both got autographs from the lead actress at the theater. Just saying.
Was the lead actress Tanuma?
No, look, I am just showing off, alright? This is how good our heist went.
I don't need an actress from like a children's presenter.
Right, yeah, okay, fine. Sounds like you're jealous. And the real prize, a hair from Tanuma herself.
Just like one?
Just one.
Oh no.
Okay. I'm sure that'll do.
Can't we like duplicate it?
Duplicate what, the hair? If I had the whole head of her hair, then like yes.
Don't we have any? He like looks at Riley. Don't we have any useful magic for that? Can't you just like polymorph it into a mouse made of her hair or something like that?
No.
That is disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, so was the bottom of that chair, to be quite honest. My hands are still sticky.
Oh, it was.
The only thing I could think that
Yeah.
could possibly help. Takes like a deep breath. Goes. I could make myself look like her.
Oh
But-
no, that's like stealing someone's identity. That'd be weird. I know you already did that once, but like at least you're like friends or something. That would be like weird.
Okay, if that won't help you, then I won't do
No,
it.
I'll use the single hair. It'll be fine. I'm sure. It's just like one hair.
Can't you like?
Wait, so
you-
she was there?
No. We just.
No, it was like a floor hair. He said it was like a floor hair.
It
He
was a
crawling
chair
around.
hair.
He was crawling around on the floor under the chairs.
It was in a chair. It was like in the crack down the back.
Oh, that's where all the gross stuff is.
Yeah, I told you. I will go
I really
to
don't
any,
want to touch it, but I need to touch it.
I will go to any lengths to complete this
I
mission.
have some tweezers.
Including choking out a stagehand.
Could right? Okay. Or like, making love to a beetle herder in front of your friend.
You're making
for
love to a
hours.
beetle.
Oh my god, Bill.
Look,
I will cast the spell.
Whoa. Could you not like do a little bit of your music for him? He's clearly a musician. Maybe a beat to help him focus. You too.
It would
We've
help
never
actually.
performed together.
Yeah.
But you're like both musicians. You should like. If I was traveling with you, I would like to perform with you. You know, that's what I would.
Riley, I'll keep it simple. And I'll like play a 4-chord progression for her to play over and top of.
Okay, I will then take the beat that he was making with the synthesizer and just make like an acoustic sounding like fiddle to that same exact beat to kind of give him inspiration.
And he'll set up the thing, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is good. It's good mojo, good energy. I like this. I wish I got this all the time, which I could actually. I'm gonna stay on focus, Kava. Okay, I take the floor here, and
oh yeah, this beat slaps.
This beat slaps. This Junt hits hard.
And sets up the same sort of thing as before, kind of casts it using this hair. The hair kind of glows a little bit, and you'd almost like Google Maps, right? Like you actually see this part of the cavern wall, and you know the cavern of Narashiro is like the size of a country, you know, so it's far, far away. You can see kind of this burnt forest around it, but it's actually quite a ways up on the wall. You like so much that like it looks like it's just zooming in on rock and it's pointless. It goes through the rock, and you actually can see Tanuma working on looks like a statue made of this glossy chromatic material, this kind of female drow statue, and you can't hear anything, but she is this she's exactly as she looks in the picture, but like all involved, she's a fairly short drow woman, hair tied back, wearing goggles, some sort of tattoo on the side of the face, and noticeably a number written on the back of the hand. This is number 1. And she kind of yells over, because you can't hear anything. You can kind of hear like a muffle, like a through the synthesizers. And you see another Tanuma over on the other side carrying things. So you see there's at least 2. And that's when... And he kind of will actually lean back and say, I can focus on it for as long as you want, but she's definitely there. I can kind of like reverse triangulate this, make you a proper map so you know like exactly where to go.
Do that.
Yeah.
How?
The magic
I turn to Vale and I say,
focus on it more.
Do we think tattoo number 1 means that that's the first clone, or do we think that that means that's her?
Yeah, I considered that too. I guess there's no way to
like
tell.
if I was gonna clone myself, I am number 1 Kava. Right?
But if I were gonna clone myself, I would make that number 1 and me the original.
Like number 0? That's like worse than 1.
I wouldn't tattoo myself. I would just tattoo the first one.
What if your clones got unruly and tried to replace you and then told everyone they were number 1 and that's why they had the number 1 and that they tattooed you?
Yeah, exactly.
With
if you didn't
7.
tattoo yourself, then that is exactly what I was thinking.
That's true.
You know?
If you don't tattoo yourself,
I'm sure like
down and tattoo you.
When you're dealing with clones.
How easy is it to turn a 1 into a 7 though?
Right, yeah, so when you use the 7, you have to use the line through it to...
Yeah, but they could turn
Well,
that
especially
because
this is like an Elven script as well, which I actually have the numbers somewhere, but you know, whatever.
Yeah.
He does that, and it kind of, he burns it onto a little chunk of fungal wood. Really just a root, so you can not get completely lost. What are you laughing at, Mr.?
Poor Ian. Just happened to watch this fucking...
Serena's here.
Yeah,
she just absolutely doesn't want to have anything to do with this.
At this moment, Serena is just got like a blank look on her face, like, is this shit really happening?
And he'll hand that over, and then he'll say, "Can you keep playing the music? I want to record it to a singing stone." And he will cast a spell on one of these crystals, and then he'll actually show you when you stop playing, and he can play it back on the crystal.
That's cool.
By putting a little magical charge through it. Yeah, this is how his stuff works.
Any money you make off of that, I want 10%.
Well, they say music is not for making money; it's for making like a good feel.
Ah, that's what I was really testing you for. I like it.
If I could make money off it, I would. But
right. Why would you not make money off it?
It's
money
okay.
is
He's
like
not.
cool.
He's not. Don't worry.
Just link my SoundCloud.
That's link my SoundCloud. Well, we know where she is. We have a map. We have a beetle. And there's like a huge elephant-sized beetle.
Oh,
It would have turned back by now. And it's actually fine in this cavern because there is a really tall cavern. And there's actually other people who know how to deal with it. So, like, it's actually fine. It's actually getting fed right now.
Yay.
It's hungry.
Yeah, eat it, Dane. Yeah, I know it's fine.
I just think we should, after it's finished eating, maybe take it. Oh wait, it still has goods on it. I go like,
It has
Is
the
there anything?
saddle. There's no goods left
there's
on
no
it.
goods in it. Okay,
Other
cool.
than there is the toolkit that this guy had on one of the sides. So the way the saddles are in the great server beetles is, you know, there's cargo space below and on the back, and you sit kind of like nearer the head. So there's a large space for cargo if you wanted to cargo it up. Also means that all 5 of you can easily sit on it. It's just not designed for that.
Should we get cargo for it so that it looks legit?
You would have harder time if you got cargo for underneath. You would blend in more.
Yeah.
But
Or are we saying that that the beetle is there to pick up goods to deliver to the city? What do we think?
I suppose we could pick up some junk and put it under there. Sort of put a cloth over it.
They'll likely check what we're delivering, though. Why would
Yeah,
you not?
right. But I won't. No, she's like a semi-crazy genius artificer. Yeah, these bits of metal were requested by Tanuma specially. You know.
Fair.
Apparently, they got some sort of trace metal in that she wants for one of her statues.
That works.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it,
Yes.
maybe Ollie, would I be able to polymorph into a beetle?
One of these.
Yeah.
There's no like limitation on what you can become, right?
There is. It's a CR. Has to be equal to my level or lower. So
yeah,
if it's
absolutely.
a CR8
yeah,
creature.
yeah.
All right.
I don't know if I actually have hard rules for this. I think I do. I just need to find them.
I wouldn't need like combat rules or anything. It would just be like an extra disguise option.
Yeah. No, you absolutely could then. Yeah, if you wanted to.
Well, we can always have 2 beetles then. Now that I think about it,
For now.
we actually didn't even need a beetle. Could have just been the beetle the whole time.
Well, there's a beetle you could take there, which will make it not last. Well, it would be a more comfortable journey. You'd be more
Right.
blending in.
Do these beetles have wings?
No, these are specifically don't have wings. No, they are
Interesting.
crawlers. You would have been seeing them, specifically the smaller ones, crawl up walls. These ones are just too heavy to do that practically, but they crawl when needed.
Yep.
And burrow a little bit. Actually, you might not have seen these ones crawl up walls. I need to get my note page up real quick for monsters. My monster notes. Because there's 4 types of beast of burden commonly used. The server beetle, both lesser and greater, are 2s of them. No, they don't. Server beetles burrow. They don't crawl up the walls. Steeders crawl up the walls, which are basically giant tarantulas. Yeah, they're more used as like a hunting mount, whereas these are more a cargo mount, and the lesser ones are used more like mules and donkeys. You know.
Wait, this thing can burrow?
Just slowly, a little bit in the right soil, but yeah, you would have a
Okay.
burrow speed of like 10.
Yep. I think we just get out of the city and start our trip as soon as possible. I don't know if you guys want anything else to do in the city. Turns to Serena, or if you have anything to do at all in the city.
Serene just gives you a bit of a look at that and says, "Nothing that needs to be done urgently."
I'm sorry, Indira, you had something to say?
I can burrow better than the beetle can.
Yeah, but the beetle can make a massive hole. How big of a hole can you make?
5 foot square.
We'd have to squeeze, but we could totally do that. Just have to leave the beetle behind.
We're talking
Options. Many options.
indeed. But if we made it into the compound, we could have the beetle begin digging a way out. I'm not really familiar with controlling these things. Are you?
No, not really. But
Maybe
maybe I can bond with it.
maybe
over
we
the-
should practice. It's like
While they're
controlling it.
discussing this, Serena's just going to go up to the beetle and sort of see if it and exactly that.
How to control it?
Yeah, how to
It has
control it and-
reins.
how to control it and see if it sort of start like seeing if it will grow accustomed to her a little bit.
So these are beasts of burden in the way that they are kind of like the horses in a video game where it's like, oh, you're just riding me now? Okay, this is my lot in life, you know? They are extremely obedient. There's still some personality to them, you know, but it is designed for this. So it has no issue with you. You can see riding it, like just telling it to go places, super easy. Telling it to burrow would probably need more of a bond and maybe, you know, even commanding it. But riding it,
Yeah.
is
Well,
effortless.
Serena is just annoyed at how little she's been able to do recently, so she is going to try. Basically, over time, we'll start trying to bond with it a bit.
Yeah, why not?
Even
Yeah.
though she really doesn't like the fact that it's a giant beetle. It's not very elegant in the slightest, but you
It
know.
kind of is elegant. though.
Really?
When a beetle gets this big, it's a lot of
It's
smooth, glossy surfaces,
Yeah.
right?
Okay,
I
yeah, suppose
would
can
consider
see
this
that.
thing quite elegant.
I suppose it's probably big enough that she can summon the throne on
Yeah.
top of it as well.
And that.
Yeah.
It's not like there's a type of like giant beetle in the books. It's like they're big spiky things. This is smooth and
Okay,
elegant.
yeah.
It's elegant the way that rich people eat lobster. It's just a sea roach, but come on.
Okay, yeah. She can handle that. Then she'll try and begin to get it used to her.
Shall we try to make our way out of the city now then?
sounds like a good plan to me.
So, which way do you want to go? Do you want to use their way out?
Yeah, I think
Or
their way out makes the most sense, even
safe?
if it takes us longer to get to where we're going.
Yeah, it's pretty much guaranteed safe exit, right?
Right.
So we can go with. Please Discord that from my heart. Anyway, yes, you can head out. They can lead you on the way they have out, which is kind of through old. Would have been old trading taverns. It's kind of like if this kingdom was in such a war-torn state that actually getting between settlements was really hard, these would be the ways that they used to use. But of course, the kingdom has been in an age of prosperity for like thousands of years, so they've not really been used. They're all filled in with like spider webs and stuff. But any actual beasties, this organization, the Weavers of the Cloth, have been clearing out. And you can start heading off south. It takes quite a bit of time. It would probably take you at least a day traveling through, because you can bring the beetle through here. It's large enough, you just can't ride the beetle through. And the giant beetles do not travel faster than your walking pace.
Right.
They are just comfortable rides that can carry a lot of things. When you come out on the other end, you of course come out into a basement somewhere. But it's not the kind of ruins that it is before. Clearly, when it comes out on this side, it comes out to a much more less ruined area. The walls are a bit more of a whitish, kind of a beige color, unless aside from the opposite of the dark blues and stuff of Narashiro. And you can hear music kind of flowing through the structure that you're in. It kind of you would open up into just kind of a basement being used as a bit of a storeroom. Noticeably a couple of weapons and many crates and barrels and boxes and things, as you would pretty much expect. You come out, go to the nearest door, walk your way out, and you walk into a little town, which is kind of a villa, right? These kind of pretty decadent buildings built in kind of a circle, kind of like Fan Shiraz, but the styling differences is, of course, there's nothing in the center. What's in the center is kind of a garden with water and places to lounge. This is essentially a decadent brothel, but even more than that, it becomes quite clear because when you step out of this place, that it is actually a place for trading beauty and pleasure slaves, in particular. Individuals selling their wares, most people wearing quite decadent clothing. The people who seem to run this place are deep gnomes. You've only really seen one of them so far. So when you see deep gnomes, you know, they are actually no shorter or taller than other gnomes. They just have this grey, nearly white, like white skin. And they are running the place, organizing people dressed in finery, transacting gold, overseeing transactions, contracts are being written, things like that. You right now kind of, this building steps out into like an area behind some bushes and things. So right now you really aren't, you're inconspicuous. And leaving this place doesn't look like it'd be completely difficult. It's like that trading hub town you saw before, but just the trade is more specific. Gnomes run it, such and such. So you can worm your way out if you want. Don't imagine as much you'd want here in the way of supplies. Getting the beetle out. Beetle can't fit out of the little trapdoor.
If the beetle can't fit, I will easily well, not easily. I will attempt to easily polymorph it.
It accepts its fate.
Yay!
Following you around, and can carry it out. Carry your beetle onto the street.
Yeah, go walk.
I like the idea of polymorphing it just into a smaller beetle.
It's a crab,
Yeah, like
though.
a little stag beetle.
Yeah.
I could do that.
So that it doesn't
Lady
feel
bug.
so put out.
He's like,
Ladybug.
reminds
Maybe it likes
me of
being
when
new
I was a
things.
child.
Maybe it likes being new things. Maybe it had a traumatic childhood. We don't know that.
Well, it's having a traumatic life now.
Well, now
Maybe
it's
it likes
willing,
being a
you know?
crab.
It's like kind of accepted that you're its leaders, and it didn't struggle against the spell, it just got turned into a crab.
Did it
Yeah.
clack its
turn
little
him into
clackers?
a butterfly.
No doubt.
Yeah, no, it is snipping.
No,
Absolutely.
I'm not
he
chasing a
enjoys-
butterfly.
He enjoys being a crab.
It
then.
was
Fair
snipping
enough.
before, though, to be fair.
It is a crab, and that's what it would be. And its name is Krabby.
There's all
knew
sorts of
that was
things
coming.
going on here. There's, while you're standing here for a little bit of time, you can hear people, only one of you speaks Gnomish. And a lot of conversation is happening here in Gnomish of, you know...
Who speaks Gnomish?
Gilwyn.
Oh, yeah.
The only other time it's come up was when Sid basically ignored the fact that he spoke Gnomish.
It's like a casino in some places. It's, you know, blackjack table closing now, stuff like that, being yelled out, and the music's kind of flowing from all the buildings in this area.
Ooh, casino, huh?
I'd like annoyingly translate everything as it's been like you just said that. You just said that. Get my use out of it.
Oh dear.
I mean, we could spend a little bit of money, no?
This does seem like a rather pleasurable place, but we want to avoid arousing suspicion, I fear.
Yeah,
we
there's not
Any
much
kind
suspicion
of
behind a.
attention, honestly, and also, we have a job to do.
I know, it's just sometimes, as Vale said earlier, a group needs morale to continue onward. I just thought maybe this could be our morale. There's plenty of
I said
people.
that. God, I am so wise. Honestly, that is a gem.
That was one of the few
Absolutely.
things that you've said that were right. And
We
there's
need
plenty of people for
morale.
Serena. Plenty of people for Serena, as she points over toward the obvious brothel area where people are being sold.
Okay, so there's clearly lots of people of all sorts of different races here. So why don't we visit on the way back when we are inevitably being chased by something, and we can lay low, perhaps.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'll braid your hair at camp tonight if you need morale. We can talk about boys. It'll be great. But for now, I'd really like to focus on.
Starting now, serving evening pixie wine. 1 free pixie wine for each party.
But maybe we could just have one.
Serena
glass.
just grabs a glass.
You can't understand it.
Damn it, I
No,
can't!
it's in
Gnomish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but is he just like, is he round with like
Yeah, well, he's not directly near you. He's kind of a little bit down the
Okay,
ways.
he's not directly near me, but he's clearly like,
Yeah, you see
offering-
everyone giving away pixie wine. You can go over.
okay, give me my glass.
You come over, and the wine is this kind of bubbling, greenish thing with a pixie in it.
A literal pixie.
A literal pixie. It might be a fairy. You don't really know the difference.
Please don't drink.
I don't even know what a pixie. I don't think Serena knows.
No, so yeah, it's just a tiny, like 1.5 inch person, and
Like
it's
a
kind of hard.
tequila worm.
Is
Yeah,
it
yeah.
alive?
Kind of hard to tell because it is moving with like the bubbles of the liquid, but it might be dead, but it might not be.
Vale looks at the glass and is like,
Serena looks at it for a moment, just curiously, and then just starts drinking.
It's like my kin.
when in Narashiro, Vale goes off and brings back 2.
I mean,
Yeah,
well,
I want
you'd have to pay.
Hands one to Gil.
You'd have to pay. It'd be like a gold.
I got
but
mine
that's fine.
free.
1 free for each
I
party.
got mine free, but
Sure. I didn't realize it was real pixie wine with real pixies in it, but here you go. He'll hand one to Gil and be like, kind of like a little goblin, right?
Yeah.
Are you supposed to eat the pixie?
You see, so interestingly, you actually see a lamia, which I think the first time you've seen one in person, and they do not look like Serena. Yeah, proportionately, but the scales are glistening and glossy and pearlescent, and actually on her are kind of a ivory white, but they have kind of a pattern, and they kind of go up to the chest slightly. Where she's wearing quite revealing robes, and she just downs it all in one, and there is no pixie left in the glass when she hands it back to the gnome.
Indira is visibly upset.
I mean, has Indira actually told Serena about the whole conversation about Faye and such like? Because I don't. That was just with her and Gil, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I just has Indira told Serena or not?
No, but she did say, please don't drink the pixie.
She did, I suppose. Okay. Serena,
So has anyone drank the pixie yet?
I want to say Serena would, but Indira did ask her not to, so she probably wouldn't.
She's like, was close and then lowers it.
She was like,
It was sliding down the inside of the glass.
Yeah, exactly.
Indira would pick it out, and is it alive?
Give me a medicine check.
Drunk.
Yeah, like just barely. Like it has been completely concealed in alcohol, and you actually know you kind of fey creatures kind of absorb all around them, so it is like terminally drunk essentially. It could be cured if you actually have willing to want to do the time.
I would bring it to Riley, and I'd say, can you save her?
Then you'd have to save all the other ones.
I couldn't really say. I mean, what do you want me to do? Like CPR? Like starts like.
No, you'll kill her. Jeez.
Like a little bit of the
What?
wise, like.
What did you want from me?
Gilwin, please.
Does it not seem...
But at this point, some people are looking over a little curiously. That Lamia just kind of almost coils back like Serena does sometimes, and just looks and kind of motions over to one of the followers nearby who is wearing that kind of white and green robe and will kind of stand nearby and watch.
Feel
I
like
would pay that no mind. Like
Vale
No, no,
grimaces
you
and
very,
goes,
very focused.
When you bite in, the thing you notice after like 2 chews, it turns to dust in your mouth. Very flavorful dust. It's kind of literally tastes like sherbet.
Serena up this whole thing has just sort of shaken her head and has just started to leave, like her best, like I belong here sort of thing.
So Indira has it just in her hand. She's gonna dip her pinky into one of her greater healing potions and like drop it into the pixie's mouth.
Give me another medicine check. I'm sure it'll do way better than the last one. It is an adorable image, though.
Oh my god! I drowned it in healing.
Either way, there was no really helping it. It's soon.
You said it could be cured.
It's soon completely motionless in your hand. And then a few seconds later, turns into this glittery dust in your hands.
I would dump it into Serena's glass.
No, Serena's gone. Serena's gone at this point.
You go to vanish.
Riley walks over to a blackjack table and says, "I'm playing one round. I don't care what they say."
We'll take the crab and meet you on the other side.
Why? I need this just in case. No, don't worry. You're fine. It's one round. It takes literally 2 minutes.
Okay, but if your gambling addiction gets us all killed...
I don't have a gambling addiction. It's literally... Look, it's fine.
At this point, the Lamia snakes over, and there's kind of a almost harmonious underchord that comes with the voice, and says, "You are quite strange travelers in a place like this.
I just want to spend some money." She pulls out like 500 gold and puts it on the blackjack table.
The gnome who's running it is like, "Yes, ma'am!" Gives you chips.
I put all of them on one bet.
Yeah.
Vale would like sort of bow his head and keep it bowed so he's not like looking up at her. You know, it's clearly this is what you do. This is respectful, right?
Ah, yeah.
Yes, we have traveled quite a long way, but we best be on our way, otherwise our caravan leader will have our hides. She is the one playing blackjack. She's quite demanding and does not expect the same standards from herself that she does from us. But I have misspoke of her again. I must go and punish myself, if I may. That would.
Would
And
you
he
allow me
lashes.
to punish him for you?
No, he's gotten quite good at doing it himself.
Oh
I
yes,
enjoy it.
I am the best. Mistress taught me.
Interesting. Allowing a man to do something by himself that a woman should do to him.
The reasoning
Don't worry,
is because when
I've
he
got
doesn't
it.
do it well, she takes care of it.
Such strange new youths. And she kind of stakes away further into the casino. Hey, Will, can you give me a... You know what, I'm just gonna do this.
I have a deck of cards right here if you want to play an actual game of blackjack.
I was semi-thinking, because you can run it, but also I can't be fucked. Because you can do cards in Roll20.
I mean, I have like I could do it to like the...
Nah. You end up pretty much not losing any money, not making any money, and can leave with the full muns.
Fair enough. And then I would just leave. I'd follow their way out after I didn't make or lose any money.
Oh my god, we nearly got caught because of you.
What do you? No, he didn't.
She literally wanted to like bite me or something.
That doesn't mean we nearly got caught. She just fancied you.
Yeah, but I mean, like.
Vale's like, wait, I was fancied?
Maybe we could like not linger in places with someone.
I didn't want to linger. You guys were doing something about a fairy, so I was just done with it. So I decided to go gamble.
Right, yeah. That pixie tasted like sherbet.
Okay, good to know.
Are we gonna talk about that?
I didn't want to. I didn't really care for the pixie.
Oh, have you never eaten a pixie before?
No.
Oh, well, you see, fey creatures, they, like, turn into fey dust, and that's, like, it's super nutritious. It's really good for you.
Oh, really?
So whenever whenever they give you, like, a candied fairy, you eat it up. It's good for you.
So, like, any fey creature?
Yeah, any fey, they turn into fey dust when they die.
Are the big ones more nutritious?
I suppose there's like more calories in them, right? That's how it works.
I love that Doxy hasn't heard any of this, but
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for your help.
What did I miss?
nothing. Don't worry.
So you meet back up outside of this villa?
Yep.
Cool. You'll meet back up around about then, because you kind of were fumbling around. The crab back into a beetle, size of an elephant.
Yes.
Serena
I get on it.
Serena, looking visibly annoyed, is like paying attention to the beetle rather than the party or anyone else.
Serena, you riding with me? She like pats the top of the beetle.
She looks up, thinks about it for a moment. I shall pass for now.
Fair enough.
You don't seem your usual self, Serena.
You can start. Ow.
Yep.
Maybe this water bottle we've been drinking from isn't really keeping you, top notch. Maybe if you had like something fey, it would help top you up on all the things you're missing.
Please do not rub in the fact that you got to try it and I did not.
I didn't want to, It was just I thought she was going to eat me if I didn't eat it. So it was like eat or be eaten.
Well, clearly can't get everything that we want all the time, I suppose. At any rate, we should continue. By the way, Ollie, assuming that I am paying a lot of attention to the beetle over the course of this trip, do you want any animal handling rolls to get it bonded?
Actually, yeah, to see if you kind of create a bond, yes. Go ahead.
I'm just pushing this because it's like I so rarely get a chance to take advantage of my proficiency in it, and then I'm probably going to roll crap anyway.
Hey! You and that beetle are bonded.
The beetle actually does bond with you more than the most, and I would actually imagine because of that, for two reasons, because you're doing this and because you have half the movement speed of everyone else, you would actually end up being on the back of the beetle most of the time. After your tantrum, getting up on the beetle. It's just silently at one point, Serena flies and sits beside you.
Yeah.
Or on the
Serena
back on the throne.
Absolutely sulking the rest of the way.
Absolutely.
Feel bad.
You get on well with the beetle because you're both heartless.
Roxy feels bad, and Dira doesn't feel bad.
I am aware.
And you can start heading off on the travels through the fungal forest. You have quite a ways to go out to where the forest becomes burnt and abandoned. But this is a perfect place for us to actually leave it and come back next time.
Yeah. Do you think that's a good idea, Dean?
He looks so smug.
His internet's broke. He's actually not here. It's stealth Dean.
Whoa!
Everyone just be in this pose.
Like, it's a perfect pose. Like,
I love the fact that he looks like he's just smirking at everything we're saying to him.
Yeah.
Perfect. He's just like, really?
Oh, he's gone.
Okay, so now we have apocalypse time, but that's fine. Why don't we talk about who we are and why we are? Yeah, you two, my best boys, are okay. Will and Doxy are like merging together into. There we go. I wanted that. I love that. You can Will, Neil. Who are you? How are you? Talk about yourself real quickly.
Hey, I'm Neil. You can find me at Naghai on the Discord or at Naghai_ on Twitter. You can find me on twitch.tv/Delric on Wednesdays at 1:30 BST and here at 7 BST. You know that. You're here.
Yes. So, moving on from that is Will. Shuffle your way into one side of the camera and tell me who you are. There we are.
Yeah, that's
good enough. Yeah.
That's the spot.
So, hey, what's up, guys? It's Will. You can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/bytheway, or I'll post my most recent video to the chat right now. Funny, it's kind of thematic because I worked backstage at a concert this week, and we did shenanigans backstage at a concert. So it was actually kind of funny.
Did you choke someone out?
I didn't choke
It
anyone out.
wouldn't show up on the VOD anyway, I'm sure.
And yeah. I wouldn't tell you if I did. Anyway, yeah, go check out my YouTube channel. Comment, like, and subscribe on some of my stuff. Let me know what you like. I'd appreciate it.
Dean face.
Someone needs to do Dean's outro.
Oh, I will. Yeah, I usually do. Oi! No.
I'm Dean Cutty, who sounds now Irish for some reason.
Oi, Dean
like
Cutty.
Hello, my name's Dean Cutty.
It would be so much easier to do a Dean
I like to
impression
make
if he
music
was
with
from
my
Somerset.
track
No, Dean. Check him out, Dean Cutty in most places. Dean Cut Force on Spotify. Listen to his album. It's great.
Banger.
It is full of bangers and feelers.
Yeah.
Speaking of, which one are you, Ian?
Can't I be both?
With that level.
It's unprecedented, yes, but
hello, I am Ian, aka Arvine. Call me what you like. I am another person who spends far too long playing Yarv because I'm in the Monday game as well. So talk to me or Neil about questions about Yarv. I am also the resident Weeb Empress of the chat, so of Ollie's Discord, so at me anime stuff. And in terms of advertising, if you want to hear more of me and Neil in particular, who wants to hear more of the others? The Monday the Monday game is on Patreon, Ollie's Patreon. It's if you subscribe for $5 a month. So get on that if you want to hear me playing a completely different character.
I actually don't know if I uploaded last episode.
Yeah, the most recent episode isn't up yet, but it's. That's
a job to do in a few moments. But first, we need to hear from Doxy. Shuffle your way into one side of the camera.
Hi there.
That did not work.
I wanted it to work, but it didn't. It's so unfortunate.
Sorry, I tried really hard. I'm a teeny tiny girl who's getting teeny tinier. So if you want to track my fitness progress, hit me up at Hellacious Malacious on Instagram. Otherwise, I'm Zero Doxy everywhere else. It's spelled different ways though, so have fun Googling that.
Are you
okay?
You stepping on Will's toes now? What the hell, Doxy? We're gonna have to have a discussion.
Everyone.
No, I get it.
Fitness is not a one-man race.
Yeah, we're in it together, right, Will?
Support.
Hell yeah.
But who's not is me, because I am me. You can find me here at Twitch TV. Olirant. I run a bunch of stuff. There is this show, which will be back here next week, exploring you guys trying to take over, disrupt the leadership of Narashiro. On Sundays at 12 midnight BST is another game that takes place in Narashiro, but actually as commoners who live in the city. So if you want to get more of this culture of the Underdark and Jarviskjir, check out that game. As long as you have a strong stomach, because some things happen in that game should not be repeated. But if you like more cheery things, there are this show is completely supported by Patreon. If you like this for $5 a month, there is another show including these two, which is where they run a mercenary company in the surface in Northenden, very D&D kind of game. Currently running through a dungeon.
And we're using lots of Ollie's homebrew classes.
Lots of homebrew classes, a lot of other cool people in that game as well. And then there is also the Friday pirate game, which is very similarly a low level, very D&D style game. Big stuff is coming up. Join Discord to hear more about it. All the VODs are always uploaded to YouTube, usually the day after. And check out my Twitter for more art and news when I'm doing other more chill streams, such as RimWorld. Actually, at the moment, we just started a RimWorld run, which is RimWorld is always good. Like, it's never bad to play RimWorld.
Fuck out of RimWorld.
Yeah, it's never a bad time to stream RimWorld aside from like that one time. Anyway.
Oh, with the incident, yeah.
Yeah. We will be back next week with more choking out innocent people action.
Bye bye.
Ah!
Waving bye bye.
Bye.